You know, this is really cool for a fucking prologue. Hello everybody, and welcome to Snowbreak Containment Zone, where we just kind of finished a huge action set. So, from what we know, trees create a thing called Titanogen, and it poisons the land. And we got the Battle Maidens, and we're gonna go stop this tree. Yeah. So, Acacia went to go handle all the ordnance, and is now supposed to go regroup. That's our stealth operative. Let's see how she fares. Coming in clear now. Titanogen levels just hit critical. This will likely be our last transmission. Rather smoothly, we haven't encountered enemy enemies since we took down the Titan. I sent you our coordinates. We'll resupply on the spot. Once you get near the target location, pop a flare. We'll make camp and respond in kind. Copy that. Stay sharp.
Copy. ETA 1800 local.
I paused for a moment, then cut the transmission. Since the last engagement, there hadn't been any other sightings of the Changed or Titans. Snow came and went in waves, but those heavy clouds never lifted. There was no getting around them. In the distance, the tree seemed to be concentrating its strength. A windstorm had gathered at its perimeter. No matter which path we took, it would be the same hell. The parachute drifted down slowly, cargo crate in tow. He resupplied on the spot and pressed on. The snow was up to our calves. Whoever took point had to break trail with their body. The others close behind, hand to shoulder, single file. Every hour we rotated, the lead dropped to the back for a breather. Once the snow hit our lap, we had to switch even faster. Step by step, half blind, the snow erased the terrain. Every footfall had to be planted hard, crushed down solid. Only then could we push forward. The wind kept picking up. In headwinds, we had to hunch low to keep from toppling. In tailwinds, our 100-pound gear strapped on our backs was our only anchor. Talking was pointless. Open your mouth, and snow-laced wind rushed straight in. Shout, and your voice died in the gale before it left your lips. The tree loomed at the end of our path, like it was swinging bludgeons made of snowstorm. Each sweep faster, heavier, more brutal. As I was leading, I halted and turned around. All around us, nothing but white. No sky, no ground, no horizon. Even our tracks were vanishing. I shrugged off my pack. The wind nearly tore it away. Life and Fenny immediately leaned in, pressing their ears to my lips. It was the only way to hear through the storm. Stop moving. We camp here. Acacia.
We're not there yet.
Fanny quickly understood what I meant. She and Life both shrugged off their packs. We pulled out the heating rods, snapped them, and tossed them into the snow. As soon as their warmth faded, the meltwater quickly froze solid again. Battling winds that threatened to knock us over, we carved blocks of ice and stacked them in tight rings. Each new layer had to be sealed with slush to hold it together, or the whole thing would collapse under the next gust. By dusk, we'd rolled out insulated mats and strung up a tarp, turning the bunker into something halfway livable. Our makeshift camp was finally in place. But it was already 1930, and still no flare from Acacia. The storm was swallowing everything. Really quick, I just want to say I really like that they cleverly described an igloo. They basically made an igloo. How awesome is that? Anyways. One of us days do go. Life, stay here and get dinner ready. If we're not back by the morning, retrace the route. Fanny, you're with me. We're gonna get Acacia. Life gave a silent nod. Fanny met my eyes, and we plunged into the blizzard. Fortunately, the wind had eased a little. Not as vicious as before, night had fallen. Fanny switched on her searchlight. I kept pacing a few meters away, scanning as we advanced. I fired a flare every 10 minutes. This one was the last. No matter how far we pushed, everything stayed the same. Just darkness, snow, and wind. On and on. Like a nightmare caught in repeat. No end, no light, no way out. Fanny's head dropped. She switched off her light and stepped beside me, chest rising and falling, wordless. I knew what was on her mind. I reached out and took her hand in mine, squeezing through the gloves. She inhaled deep, flicked her light back on. Hand in hand, we pressed on. The way back felt even harsher than on the way out. After what felt like an eternity, I stopped and loaded my final flare. I raised the barrel and fired. A red streak shot into the distance and vanished into the snowbound hills. Still no response. Fanny's voice was calm, too calm for her. Beneath it simmered frustration,
What should we do now?
helplessness. If she could blast the storm away, she would have, just so Acacia could see our flare. Give it a minute. The wind kept clawing at our ears. Snow poured like loose sand, and the dark still stripped away every sense of bearing. Then, a streak of red pierced the dark, arcing from beyond the ridge in a wavering trail. A star blinked over the ridge. It was from a headlamp, smothered by
It's a
snow
signal flare.
until it flickered like starlight.
Flare.
It moved slow, but steady, drawing closer. The star grew brighter, its glow sharpening into a beam. And beneath it, Acacia's frost-dusted lashes and brows. I pulled her into a hug. She wobbled a bit, patted my back, and flashed a lopsided grin. The walk back felt almost easy. Each step seemed lighter than before. The night and the blizzard hadn't changed, but something in us had. Through that world of swirling black and white, we made it back to our makeshift camp at last. We pulled back the tarp, and warm, savory aromas enveloped us instantly. My hair was damp and cold. Life helped me out of my coat and hung it by the heater to dry. I couldn't help pulling Kate into another hug. What took you so long?
I did send a flare, but the snow was so heavy. Even I couldn't see it, let alone you. So I waited for the snow to let up. Then I just kept a steady pace and headed the way I figured you'd be,
Life had made
preserving your
borscht.
strength.
I took the bowl of soup and took a
While
sip.
you eat.
Tangy, rich. It warmed me to the core. Yeah. The snow was picking up again.
Anyway, we found
Fanny
each
stared
other
outside.
and everyone's safe. That's
Snow
what
already
matters.
knee deep. Life stayed quiet, eyes fixed on her soup. Occasionally, looked straight at me. We were still a day and a half from the tree. Supplies were holding, but the road ahead promised harsher conditions. A topographic map floated into mind as I turned over our options. Was there a smarter way forward? Penny lifted the tarp and stepped out. A
I'm
gust of
finished
cold
eating.
slipped in behind her.
It's stuffy in here.
Life lit
I'm
herself
stepping out
another
for
bowl,
air.
which she then finished unhurriedly. Now it's just me and Acacia. She sipped her soup
I'm going to
and
take
gave
a
a
look
faint
outside
shake
too.
of her head. Honestly, I think we're in decent shape.
Not looking
Maybe
good.
better than that.
What's your take?
The cold and the storm are tougher than the Titans. I'm betting it's one of the tree's tricks.
Oh?
Good thing we came
Well,
prepared.
It's not exactly
After those
a
rigorous sim
technical
runs,
failure.
this blizzard's
No one
nothing.
plans for the enemy running cheat codes.
I didn't answer. Just
You
pulled
were
her into my
totally
arms.
worried about me earlier, though. I could tell.
We burned the boats.
So, what now?
She looked up at me from my arms, wide-eyed. Got fresh intel. No sense in clinging to the old plan. We ditch everything. Go light. Hit the tree in a day. Losing heart?
In a day? Sure. If the wind feels like giving us a ride.
Right. I set the bowl
No
down,
sweat for me.
got it,
Can't
and
say
pulled
the
on
same
my
for
coat
those two,
before
though.
stepping outside. Nice. Hold on. That's a screenshot right there. That's a screenshot right there. That's a wallpaper right there. A few meters ahead, they stood side by side, gazing toward the tree. Just checking in. What were you two talking about?
Darling? What are you doing out here? I just feel so
So
powerless.
what do you do? What do you want to do?
All this strength and I'm wasting it punching snow and wind.
What, trying to steal
I-
my job?
I want to charge that stupid tree and tear it down myself.
What about you, Life? What's on your mind?
No, I just need to vent. You're the one who can actually bring it down.
Back in the tent, you looked distracted. Probably running battle plans in your head. I figured you needed space, so I stepped out. But now, I'm just watching you tease Fenny.
Yes.
Huh?
Not so much plan. More like a gamble.
Wait, you've already got a plan, darling?
I'm thinking we ditch the gear and make straight for the push to the tree. Fast and blunt. Not even gonna ask why?
I'm in.
Me too.
You can't let the
I
enemy
trust your
dictate the
judgment.
terms.
Plus,
If we reach a tree,
I'm
we
so
win.
sick of this place. The sooner we're out,
Trust me.
the better.
I ruffled Fenny's hair. She caught my hand and held it tight. The snow kept falling. Against an enemy like this, I wasn't so sure myself. But this was the kind of moment where willpower made all the difference. Life reached over and took my other hand. Our spirits were taut, pulled to the brink. One last day. That's all it would take. If we didn't make it, no, failure wasn't an option. Hand in hand, we stood in the stillness, facing the snow. Slowly, Fenny's nerves began to settle. After the last warmth of dinner faded, we headed back inside. The camp was cramped, barely enough space to lie down. The cold bit deep, and the sleeping bags alone weren't cutting it. We tore them open, layered them with our clothes, and just barely covered everyone. Life lay on my right, her warmth steady and soothing. I tucked the covers around her, and she brushed a soft kiss across my cheek. Fanny was on my left, her fingers laced in mine, palm radiating heat. Acacia nestled between my left arm and side, half curled against me. Her body was cold. Maybe the journey back had been harder than she let on. With quiet resolve, we drifted off, undisturbed, at peace. Outside, the storm still raged on. Next morning, the camp's entrance was buried. Outside, the snow reached our waists, still falling hard. After a quick breakfast, we geared up. Fanny reached out and knocked down the walls of our shelter. Nice. Even through the blizzard's veil, we still couldn't make out the towering outline of the tree. Hold on. That's cool. That's epic. We exchanged a glance, then pushed into the snowstorm. Oh.
What's that? Is the tree feeding power to the Titan?
予備は十分にある。
The Titan's grinding us down. Hold it back. You ready?
Darling, leave it to me. I'll harvest a way through. I've got your 6. Don't worry.
終わらせる。
今さら私に出てもらおうと思ったの？逃がさないわよ。
下がって私が代わる。予備は十分にある。
今さら私に出てもらおう。さあ、私を称えなさい。
遅い。下がって私が代わる。
足手まといなんてごめんよ。
お前に。
Your flight's with me. You're not getting near him.
Darling, we've got this. Take it out and we win. Adjutant.
Alright. Pause. Hell yeah. That's a story of teamwork. I like that. I really like that. Being able to push through those doubtful moments of whether or not you will make it through. I like that. I really, really like that. That was a really epic fight scene. A really epic cutscene. The boss fight, I'm gonna be honest, like, you give me the ultimate character already. Like, I know how to combo and stuff, so like, you know, the gameplay is secondary. The story is really, we're here for the plot, as thusly said in the yeah. But no, I like where it's going. I like the way we all connect. And again, just the colors pop so well. They did really nice with the color palette. But yeah, I think I'll turn this prologue into a 4-parter. I have a feeling we're close to the end of the prologue, but it's nice to let y'all wait before I give a final thoughts versus the when I initially played this game. Just don't get me wrong, I just stopped playing it because I just didn't have time. So